Hi friends, welcome back to Arc Tutorials. This is Angular 17 full tutorial series for absolute beginners as well as expert developers joining us from previous versions of Angular. There are a lot of breaking changes from Angular 17 onwards. You will see a lot of change if you have worked on previous versions of Angular. In this tutorial series, I have covered everything that you need to learn about all the breaking changes, including latest features like signals and much more. So make sure that you check the entire series. Today we are learning about query params. This is part 45. Please do continue to like, share, comment the videos. If you want to support me, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/arctutorials. Also, please do visit arctutorials.com and you can join for free and you can get all the PDFs of interview questions, code and much more through this website. So make sure you go to arctutorials.com and register here. It's for free. Alright, this is the playlist we have on Angular 17. Totally so far 44 episodes I have covered, including child routes, routing. Currently we are doing routes. After this we'll do forms and services and everything that you need to learn. Today let's learn about query params. So as part of learning routing, I'm covering all the things that Angular provides as part of the routing module. Okay. Now I've told you routing is a mechanism through which we can enable user to go between different components or views. This is a breaking change. We have app.route.ts. You will not see routing module by default. Make sure that you see the previous episodes in order to have continuity. Today the focus is on learning how to get the query params. Okay, there are two ways how you can get it. One is using snapshot, one is using param map or query param map observable. I'll show you both options. Which one is preferred? Again, it's up to us which one we want to use depending on the use case, but there is no right or wrong. You can use any of the approach. Okay, so let's get started with the code. First let me fire up the application ngserve, and we have built a lot of components which are standalone using signals and everything that you want to learn. Okay, so today we are going to capture the query params. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new component maybe first, so that way it's easy for you to learn, and we'll add a route for query params. So I'm saying ng generate component and let's give the name as query param component. Okay, now this will generate the component, and you see it's a standalone, there is no entry in modules. So if you open your app, you would see that query param component here. Okay, now you will not, you are seeing standalone true because by default standalone is true. Okay, now let me quickly go to app routes.ts and create a new route which will suffice for this particular query param. So I'm going to say path is you can say query params, and the component it will map to is query param component. Okay, nothing crazy, just simple, and then do ngserve and it will build, and then we go to our application, launch localhost 4200 and type slash query params, and it says query params work. Okay, that means the component is mapped correctly and it's correctly working with respect to routing. Now what we'll do is we are going to pass some parameters. So let's go ahead into the component. If you feel this is going a little too fast, take a minute or two to pause and type with me. That's the only way to learn. So I'm saying I'll have a variable which is search query string. Initially you can make it empty because by default let's make it empty, and say filter type another string. Again this we can initialize it to empty. I'm saying this page is expecting two query params. Okay, now in the constructor, okay, we don't have constructor, so let's create one, and here I'm going to inject, and I'll say route is activated route. Okay, and if you see that got imported here at the top already because I'm using Visual Studio Code. Now if you are using some other editor, make sure that you import this by manually. Now once you have the activated router, there are two ways to get this. So you can say this dot search query is equal to, now since we are using this particular route instance, I'm going to say dot snapshot dot query params. Okay, that's the one we will use. Now in this you are going to pass what is the name of the query that you are going to expect. Let's say search. Okay, now this is the one that will come from URL. Okay, this is for internal processing. The reason I've kept it separate is because that's more you should never let the hackers know what exactly is the query name that you're processing. That's the reason. Always try and use something different. So query params and filter. So now I'm getting and setting that value of both. Okay, now I can even do this instead of in constructor. Let me take it back and put it on ng on in it. Okay, that means whenever the application is up and running, you can do that. Now we will need to import and extend it. So in the component we were going to simply write implements on in it. Okay, so now if it says query param incorrectly, ng on init is missing because let's check the spelling. Okay, so spelling is mistaken, now it's correct. Alright, so now we have our ng on init. That means whenever application is up and running, you can just capture that value. Okay, for now I'm going to just do a console log for both, just for testing purpose. Lost filter type. Okay, now the application is built, there are no errors. Take a look again at the code. Okay, so here all I've done is I've created two variables, search query and filter type. I've imported an instance of activated router because through which we can capture the query params. I told you there are two ways. The first way is to get through snapshot query params. The other way is through observable. I'll show you that also in shortly. Alright, let's go ahead and invoke this path and pass question mark search equal to, let's say, angular, and filter equal to free. Okay, so I'm passing two query params, search and filter. Okay, now let's see in the console. You should be able to see those two values printed. You can see here angular and free. Okay, so if you wanted to print it in the template, you can just search query and save, and you can see the search query being captured, and same way you can use it for filter. It gets giving error. What is the name? Filter type. Filter type. And there you go. You have angular and free, which are coming from uh, the query params. Okay, so now react and free. So that way, this is one way of how you can capture the query params. Now let me show you the other way of how you can do the same using query param map. Okay, now in this case again we are going to use the activated route, but you can also use, now let's say I'm going to comment this piece of code here, and I'm going to say this dot search query is equal to this dot route dot query param map. Okay, now remember this is an observable, so we'll need to subscribe to it. Okay, now once you do it, what you get is the params. Params are nothing but the parameters of that particular query. Now here inside this you have got the query params, then you can do your processing. Okay, so it says subscription is not assignable to type. Okay, that's because what we are going to do is not here, sorry. Inside this we are going to define, and here we are going to say params dot get the name of the keyword. Okay, and you need to tell it whether it can be empty or not. So initially we are, if you don't find a value, just set it to empty. So here also same thing, filter type, and we are going to get the query param filter and save it. Perfect. So this is another way. This is easier way. Just directly you can get it. Here you can get all in one go using observable. Okay. Now you can see here, I let me change it to MongoDB, and the output is still same. Okay, so there is no difference in the output, but these are two different mechanisms Angular provides that how you can access the query params. I hope both the options are clear. Use this if you are trying to get more than one or two options, right? It's much easier to have everything under one observable. Here you need to get individually type this code again and again. Instead, this is much prettier and simpler, especially if you go to Flipkart, Amazon, where they have so many query params. It makes sense to have it under one subscribe observable. Okay. Alright, so these are the two ways how you can get query params in Angular applications. I hope it's clear. In the next episode, I'm going to show you how to get how to define a module with child routes, and then I'm going to also show you how to do it with lazy loading of a module. So a lot of stuff, interesting stuff. Continue your learning, and if you like my work and tutorials, please do consider buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/arctutorials. Thank you so much for joining. See you in the next episode.